Hello everyone. I'm Wolf, and today we're going back to 1965 to relive one of the most thrilling finals in the history of the Copa Libertadores. After winning their first title in 1964, Independiente returned even stronger to defend the trophy. But on the other side stood the mighty Peñarol, two-time Libertadores champion and one of the most respected clubs on the continent. The decision required 3 matches, was full of drama, and ended with an aggregate score of 6-4 for the Argentinians. How did this campaign unfold? And how was Independiente's fame as the King of Cups born? Let's find out. The 1965 Libertadores. The Copa Libertadores was reaching its 6th edition and had already established itself as the most important club tournament in South America. At that time, the rules were different from today. The champion of the previous edition entered directly into the semi-finals, a privilege earned by Independiente after their 1964 triumph. Meanwhile, the other national champions battled through the early rounds for a chance to reach the final. The road to the final. Independiente once again displayed solid and efficient football. In the semi-finals, they eliminated Santos, two-time champions of the competition led by Pelé, putting an end to the Brazilian club's dominance. On the other side of the bracket, Peñarol showed their strength once more. Champions of the first 2 editions of the Libertadores, the Uruguayan club reached the final determined to reclaim continental glory. The stage was set, Argentina versus Uruguay in another great showdown. The first match. The opening game took place in Avellaneda, Argentina. Backed by their passionate fans, Independiente pressed forward from the very first minutes. Peñarol resisted for much of the match, but in the second half, the Argentinians managed to score the winning goal. Final score. Independiente 1-0 Peñarol. The result gave Independiente the advantage, but the battle was far from over. The comeback game. The second match was played in Montevideo, at the legendary Estadio Centenario. Needing a win, Peñarol went on the offensive. The Uruguayans delivered a great performance and won 3-1, leveling the series in victories. At that time, goal difference did not decide the champion. Therefore, a third playoff match was required. The title decider. The decisive match was held on neutral ground, at the Estadio Nacional in Santiago, Chile. In front of thousands of fans, Independiente and Peñarol staged an unforgettable final. Independiente delivered their best performance of the series. With attacking flair and efficiency, they dominated their rivals and won 4-1. With this result, they secured their second consecutive Copa Libertadores title. Across the 3 matches, Independiente scored 6 goals to Peñarol's 4. It was another historic chapter for the Argentine club. The birth of the King of Cups. The 1965 back-to-back triumph cemented Independiente as one of South America's football powerhouses. From that point on, the club would embark on a streak of international titles that earned them the nickname King of Cups. In the following decades, Independiente would win more Libertadores trophies and etch their name among the greatest clubs in the continent's history. Curiosities. The final was contested over 3 matches. The first ended with Independiente winning 1-0. The second saw Peñarol victorious by 3-1. In the playoff, Independiente triumphed 4-1. The aggregate score of the series was Independiente 6-4 Peñarol. It was Independiente's second consecutive Libertadores title. The 1965 Copa Libertadores went down in history for showcasing the strength of 2 South American giants. But in the end, it was Independiente who celebrated, winning an emotional 3-match final to claim their second continental crown. That title was only the beginning of an unforgettable era. In the years that followed, the Argentine club would pile up trophies and become the most successful team in Libertadores history for decades. And for you, does this 1965 final rank among the greatest in the competition's history? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you won't miss the next stories of the Copa Libertadores and world football. I'm Wolf, and I'll see you in the next episode of Telling Stories. Until next time.